How do I prove that my boss asked me to get her number? Okay, let us test the microphone. Mic check, 1, 2, 2, 2. Can you hear me? I just want to be sure that the people that I am sent to today are right here. Are you guys here? Can you guys hear me clearly? Nika, can you hear me? Hello guys, it's your girl Mabel again. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're tuning in for the first time, where have you been? You've been missing, oh. If you're a returning subscriber, drop keys. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so today's video is about, mistakes that we new immigrants in the United Kingdom make, all right? There are some critical mistakes that a lot of us have made, including myself, and these mistakes can cost you something huge or can put you in trouble, get you in trouble. That is why I'm like, okay, why not come and talk about these things? Because I've almost been a victim, all right? So that's exactly what we're going to be discussing today. So if you are a new immigrant here, you want to stay to the end of this video, please sit down, relax, get your popcorn, get your beer, or whatever you use to relax, and keep watching. Coming from, I would say, Africa, because I'm African, all right, there are certain mindsets that you need to drop once you get here. It's not because these mindsets are bad, not necessarily because they are bad, but because they do not work here. These mindsets work back home. For example, if you get a car back home and the car is just like some very, very random old model Golf or something like that, people can start telling you, madam, why you buy this car now? Like, they will literally tell you, why you buy this car now? Just small money you for just buy one nice Camry. Why you go buy or one nice Lexus or something? Why you go buy this car? If you carry that mindset here and you want to buy a car and you go and buy a very big car, it's going to cost you more. The road taxes will be higher, your insurance will be higher, your fuel consumption will be higher, so you don't want to bring certain mindsets, the mindset of, oh, by the grace of God, oh, things will be fine, by the grace of God, we'll sort it out. No. You want to drop those mindsets because even though it works back home, it doesn't necessarily work here, So I'm going to be talking about these things, and I'll just start from the very basic ones so that we just get deeper as we go. My first point is take time to study your environment. See, listen, I know that we have information everywhere. We have YouTubers here and there. We read, and we have family and friends in these countries that we tend to relocate to or migrate to, all right? But as much as you have all this information that you think you have, there's a pidgin English adage that says, who no go, no know. So as much as you think you know, you do not necessarily really know until you have been there and experienced the life, all right? Even myself, I don't think I know anything. I just share my own personal experiences on here because really, you don't know until you've been there for a while. So take time and see how things are done. Don't get carried away. Be careful, be mindful, be watchful. For example, let me use some bad habits, okay, that people can do back home and get away with. Let us say you have a job and for some reason it's your boyfriend's birthday and you don't want to go to work, and you call in sick. In Nigeria, you can come back to work and tell your colleague that I was not sick, I went to my boyfriend's house or went for a party or whatnot. But here, you might have a friend at work that is your guy. The person is your friend. Don't get me wrong. The person is your guy. Do you know you might not be able to give that person that kind of information? You will give the person the information, the person will laugh with you and say, oh really, tell me about it, how was it, tell me. After the really, tell me. That person is going to report you. That person is going to what? You're going to land yourself in trouble. You need to take out time to study. Here you might get carried away because people tend to share a lot of things about themselves easily here. People can tell you how many months pregnant they are. They can tell you the gender. So you might be carried away and say, this person is telling me his age or is telling me about his family. I can't share. You need to be very watchful. Be very, very watchful. Take out time to study your environment and be careful what you share with your friends, especially your friends at work. your colleagues that are your friends, people that can put, just know what I'm talking about. Be very careful with what you share. The second one is something that I have been a victim of, all right? Communication by email, especially when it has to do with your job. For example, you guys know the story of my last job, how that, my boss allowed me, she actually asked me to get the service user's phone number, and I was communicating with her. But really, it's not supposed to be so. I'm not supposed to be in any form of communication by phone with my client. Like, if the client wants to speak to me, she's supposed to call the office, but my boss asked me to do that. That was very wrong of me, because if anything really, really had gone wrong, how do I prove that my boss asked me to get her number? Do you understand? So if your boss tells you something, tell your boss, okay, that's nice, I'll do that. Please, can you write me? Can you send me an email? Because you need to gather receipts. Like, everything you are doing, they gather them, they keep them, just in case anything goes wrong, you can go back. So if you are talking to a customer service representative on phone, get the person's name. They might be very fast. Oh, this is Mabel from blah, blah, blah. See, tell the person, okay, I didn't get your name. What's your name again? Note down that name. Note down the conversation that you had. I'm not saying record the conversation. Most times when you call customer service, they tend to record the conversations. But note things down and know who you spoke to, know who you spoke with. Do not assume. No, go see, guy. Anything your boss tells you to do that you think is a bit like this, ask them to send you an email, or else don't go ahead. Which leads me to my next point, which you guys know that I'm not proud, but I was a victim. I was a victim of this one as well, all right? Do not get a job out of desperation. Especially a lot of us that are just coming in after school. You want post-study visa. Oh my God, this company is sponsoring, and they now start to turn you and use you like I was used. Okay? If you are trying to get a job, as long as you are legal in the country, you have your papers and all your documentations correct, you have no business going into a job without a proper contract. Okay, I was desperate. I did not even know. Not in all honesty, I did not know certain things. There are some structures that needs to be put in place by companies. So by the time you are getting in, you have to make sure that everything is spelled out clearly. You sign your contract. You know what is normal and what is not normal. What should be done and what should not be done. Okay, just so that, see, as much as I say, oh, just so that you don't get into trouble, you think you might be, what's the trouble? You go and watch the story. I almost ended up in jail. And even if I did not end up in jail, whatever they accused me of, whatever allegation that was, would have ended up in my DBS. It would be in my record forever in life, like for life. Forever and ever, you'll be tagged something that you are not. Do you understand? So as much as you think, oh no, do not. See, we all know that making any decision out of excitement or out of desperation is bad. Naturally, like normally, it's bad for us. So we already know that. And then you now jump because you're desperate and somebody promises you something by mouth. You now got, please make sure that any job that you are getting in this country, you follow due process. The processes that companies follow, getting your references, every single step they need to follow before employing you, you need to make sure that they follow those steps. May you no land for trouble. Which is also leading me to my next point. I just mentioned references. So, in Nigeria, if you get a new job, you'll be hiding it. Then you just resign. You just start your new job. It's not the same thing here. Your current job determines if you will ever even work again. It determines if you are gonna. Your current job is so important that you cannot play with it. No matter the politics going on in your office, no matter what's going on, you need to play it safe. Okay, I did not really know this so much as I know it now. Here, when I came, it was very strange. Like, before the employee, they'll be asking you for references, like from your past employers. Like, they want to hear from your past employers. And you cannot really manipulate these things because they want professional email addresses. So they go on your company's website, confirm the email address on the website with the one that you're giving to them, and they reach out to these people to ask about you. They give them some form. There are different companies have different ways of getting their references, but most times they will give them a form to fill and rate you. So if you did not leave your previous place of work well, then you're going to get in trouble. You might not be able, because if that person keeps telling them bad things about you, then unfortunately you might not be employed. You just might not be employed, in all honesty. So if you want to leave, you need to leave well. If you are at your new job, you have to behave well, you have to be your best, because you're learning on that job, you're growing, and you want them to be able to reference you for the next job, and you want the references to come out well. So you need to be very careful about your current job. Don't do things scatterly, don't do things anyhow, don't walk out on your shifts, no matter what is going on. Just follow the process. If you are not comfortable with the job, just look for something nice to give as your reason for wanting to leave. Oh, childcare, oh, my kids, I have to stay back. Just avoid trouble, carry yourself and leave the job. And then this leads me to, should I say this accommodation one first? Okay, let me still just finish talking about jobs. So at your job, be a very good team player. Okay, be a good team player, be goal oriented. What are we trying to achieve in this team? We need to achieve so and so goal. Yeah, so if one of your colleagues is not a good team player, instead of backbiting and trying to report, or trying to stand your ground that, oh, this person has not done this person was supposed to be the one to do it, guy, get that thing done. If that person was supposed to get something done, the person has not gotten it done, please get it done. Like, some things are not worth it. Some things are not worth it. Just be a good team player, because people are watching. We hear this every day, but we don't know how true it is until something happens. People are watching. So just don't waste your time backbiting or complaining or hating on one colleague. There will always be that person at work. There will always, in every team, they will always have that one person that is headache, that will give you headache and stomach pain. Just know that it's not worth it, and you are here for something else. So look at the greater goal and just get it done and move on. Just keep moving. This is the last one I'm going to share, so our video is not so long. Organize your finances. See, this is not where you are coming from. In Nigeria, you're not able to pay your rent on the day you're supposed to pay your rent. Something is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. You just tell the landlord, okay, I'm sorry, I can't. Oh, I'll give. It's not that deep. Here, you cannot use money for your rent to go and renew your visa. Like, what's going to happen to the rent? Because your landlord has to pay the mortgage for the house. So when you make one mistake, it will affect so many other things. It will affect the landlord, it just keeps affecting so many other things. So you need to be able to organize your finances and know exactly what you're spending and what you're not spending. Know exactly what you're doing and what you're not doing. Do not use you have your rent and somebody needs money back home for something important. You carry the rent and say, oh, God will provide. See, it's not like Nigeria. You can just sit down and land 2 million in a day. Do one small business, small side hustle here and there, land money here and there, or somebody will even dash you money, or but here, you have only very few people that will dash you money, and you don't want to even disturb people. Okay, you don't want to really be that. I don't like to disturb people. I know sometimes as humans something might happen, you might need help. I mean, it's okay to need help from people, but try as much as you can to organize your finances. Don't use money for Peter to go and pay Paul. Don't you have to organize everything, because all these things get into your records, and if you're not careful, you might get a CCJ, a county court judgment, and that will be in your record for like 6 years. So for that 6 years that you see, sometimes it's not even your fault. Yeah, when you have that thing, that CCJ thing, I pray not to ever have it. Amen. You won't be able to do certain things. You want to rent a house, they'll tell you, oh, go and get a guarantor. Even if you're a citizen, they'll tell you, oh, you need a guarantor because you have this in your record. You want to buy this one, you want this, they'll tell you. It's almost like you're not credit worthy, or you're not a responsible person. You're not able to access so many things, or get so many things that ordinarily you'd have been able to get because of one small single mistake. So when you come, just make sure that everything is together. like always try. It's not easy, because it's really, let me not lie, it's not easy. We're not used to these things. We're not used to saving energy as much. Like, we save energy at home, but back home, but it's not the same. And if you don't know how to save energy, then you might get into trouble, because they will not come and do anything, but you'll be in debt. Like, you start owing, then they'll be giving you a certain amount that you're paying every month, and you pay that thing for years and years, you know. So it's all different. So when you come, just keep asking questions, keep getting used to it, like we all are. Nobody's perfect. Like, we're all I'm just sharing my own experiences with you guys. And yeah, I'm going to end this here. I'm going to ask you guys, please, if you're watching and you're an immigrant, what is that mistake that you made that almost cost you something? Or even though it's not you, what's that mistake that you know that somebody around you, somebody that you know made, that almost cost the person something? Please share with us so that I can learn as well, and so many other people watching can also learn from whatever you have to write in the comments. I'll be in the comments waiting. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched up until this point, this makes me so happy. Thank you so much. If you watched my advert, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Do not leave without giving this video at least a thumbs up. All right, if you love this girl's face, or you love how I talk, or you love my content, let me know by smashing the subscribe button, and yeah, being a member of this YouTube family, this amazing YouTube family. And also share this video with someone you think would need it. I don't think this is applicable to just the UK. I think that it can work with other like Western countries. So be a nice person, share this video, subscribe if you need to, and then give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye now.